Alrighty guys, so I am going to retouch this image of my brother. I just want to make this full screen. I wanted to retouch an image that had a decent amount of retouching needed, so like you felt like you guys would possibly learn something or so, I don't know, just want to see how I do things. Which one? Okay, so first things first when it comes to retouching, we have your background layer. I'm gonna do Command J, always work on more than one layer because if you make a mistake, sometimes you run out of undos and you have to start over, and that's no fun. So we have two layers. You can rename it if you want. I'm not going to because I never do. And then I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut J for the patch tool. I personally love the patch tool, but everyone has their own preference. So I'm actually going to just start patching. So when I patch, I just select little layers and bring things down. You want to be careful. Sometimes I use, this is going to be a really basic retouching. I actually use a method called frequency separation, which is a little bit higher quality of a retouch, but I'm just going to keep it super basic for now. If you guys want me to do a higher quality retouch, which is frequency separation, just let me know and I can make that video happen for you. So basically right now I am selecting a source, and from that source I'm just kind of dragging it to a better source to blend not only the texture but also the colors. So I want to get rid of the redness throughout as well as just the little tiny dots. So if I stop talking for a brief moment, I'm not used to talking while I do things. I just kind of put on Netflix and do them. One little tip with retouching is follow the curve of the face. So what I mean by that is don't take this and go up here because it's just not going to look right. This texture is not this texture. You always want to like you want to just follow the curve of the face. Sometimes it works and you can venture out a little bit further, but more times than not, you want to stay in the same areas because that's just what the face looked like. But you also want to be careful not to do repeating patterns. And repeating patterns is when you use the same area for a patch and it just starts to look weird. So we are gonna blend out all this redness throughout his nose and everything. I actually took this photo last summer right before he started school. I guess I could have used one, well, his face wasn't bad during senior pictures, so. Hopefully he doesn't get mad at me for using his picture as an example. I couldn't really find one of myself with my old skin, so. And I say old skin because my new skin is amazing thanks to Cassie. I don't have a lot of acne, and I think Luke is gonna start seeing Cassie too. Not mine was way worse when I was his age, though. If I'm being honest. Alrighty, so sometimes I just like to take a look at what I've done so far, so I'll flip this layer on and off. It's better just to take your time. Don't feel like you need to speed through retouching because it's just, you'll get better results if you take your time doing it and slowly see what you're missing, see what draws your eye when you turn the layer on and off. As you get better at it and really develop your own technique, you can really start to speed up your workflow. And this video is basically no actions, so I want to show everybody you can hand edit things and it's okay. You can use actions and it's okay. I know actions get a bad rep, but they are there for speed and efficiency, and I love them. I use them. They're great. They work for me. They work for my workflow. Now, actions are not a one fixed thing. It's if you don't tweak it a little bit, it's just like slapping an Instagram filter on it and not really giving your photos your name. So it's like you still got to put an effort with presets, but they do help speed up your workflow and efficiency. and then you can get your images out faster because you've developed your own way of doing things. Now, you do want to be careful around the eyes when it comes to retouching because I refuse to retouch someone to where they don't look like themselves because everyone has under eye bags. It's just the way it is. Okay, we're humans. We have pores, we have eye bags. I'm actually gonna leave Luke's under eye for a little bit there and get to that in a second because under eyes can be kind of tricky because I personally never take out these lines. I may soften them and make it look like they were wearing makeup, but different lighting makes the lines look different as well. So if you are ever wanting to look poreless and snatched with no under eye bags, girl, get yourself a beauty light kit and just have that follow you everywhere. Get one of those little selfie lights and it will look like you have no under eye bags and no pores. Trust me. It's not always Photoshop, it's lighting. The right lighting will give you an amazing image. And the most beautiful person in the world will look ugly in bad lighting. So, just saying. That's the whole thing about Photoshop. It's not always the enemy. Also, lighting, that's what an image is. It's made out of light. Without light, you have no image. And the better the light, the better the image, but at the same time, it's like certain lights give off certain moods and some images need certain lights and some images you need a harsher light. So I personally like a nice soft even light, but that doesn't stop me from doing crazy dramatic things like let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Actually, so if I bring this up real quick, like when I did this picture of Mark, this is crazy dramatic lighting. This was done with off-camera flash. I mean, I still like doing things like this, but when it comes to portraits, I like nice, soft, even lighting, but still being able to tell certain people's features because I just like the way it looks. Personal preference. Yeah. That's really a lot of what photography is. I mean, it's personal artwork. You choose a photographer based on their art style. And I know some people choose a photographer just based on price, and that's totally their prerogative. Oh, my headphones are dying. That's okay. But hopefully you can still hear me. Um, well, it'll let me know if it completely dies. Oh, they're at 11%. We should be okay to finish this video, hopefully. Yeah. I'm really happy you guys can't see what I look like right now because I look like a hot, greasy mess. Literally, I'm hot. Raichu, get off my desk. Alrighty. Just plugging away. Also, so like I select it, I drag where I want, and then I do Command D, Control D if you're a PC user. If you're lame. No, just kidding. Mark has a custom built PC, so I don't hate PCs. I just love my Mac. So I'm just pulling back as I do these things. I want to keep texture in the skin. Now, there's not a whole lot of texture down here, and if I were doing a higher end retouch, you would be able to see the texture a little bit more, but I absolutely do not like the editing where they look blurred and fake, and it's just not my thing. Now, does that mean I've never done that before? No, I did edit like that when I first started out. I mean, we all start somewhere, and that's totally fine. But as my brand has developed, as I've developed, it's just not my thing. I want to make people look like people. I want to create works of art with how people actually are. And that's my prerogative. That's my prerogative. I wonder if anyone's actually watching to this point. If you are, give me a shout out for Britney Spears. Alrighty, we're getting somewhere on this chin. Oh, nope, see what I mean? You can't take it too far because then it doesn't look right. The lighting's weird. Everything just looked weird. Because Luke has this little shadow underneath here, so I want to pull this redness actually into the shadow. Yep, that's my rock. Okay, I gotta stop. Please, somebody help me. Is this the best edit I've ever done? No, and I am not claiming it to be, but it's at least a quick little edit to show you guys how I do things. Nope, that looks like shit. Alright, so moving on to the under eyes. So let's just do a little before and after so far. Nice little cleanup of the face. So with the under eyes, I like to lighten. So we're going to hit the S key, which gives us to the clone stamp. And it's already in lighten, and 16%, I'm okay with that. We are going to select, and we are going to lighten. See how that just brightens up the under eye, makes it look like he is wearing concealer? Now you want to be careful about going too heavy or getting too close to the eye. But basically, and by to like the white part of the eye, I just want to like just tone up this redness just a little bit. And then if we actually make a layer mask out of this, layer mask is this right here, this little white thing. We're going to hit brush and we're going to hit the X key to swap it from white to black, because I did get a little bit in Luke's eye. And we're going to turn the opacity up to 100, and we're just going to erase where we got it in Luke's eye. Because we are not here for that. We want to see all the colors of the eyeball. There it is. That looks beautiful. Alright, we still need to go up into his forehead. We're going to go back on the layer. Very important if you're working with a layer mask, selecting when you want the layer and when you want the mask. Layer masks are huge. They are amazing. Basically, any questions this video brings up, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer it. Am I like the best Photoshopper person in the world? No. Do I probably know the answer to your question? Yes. If not, can I figure it out? Most likely. Yeah, I got a little bit of repeating patterns on the nose. This is what I mean by repeating patterns. That means I didn't do a very good job. It's not great. So what we can do to fix those repeating patterns, I'm going to take the bad way out to fix them. I'm going to try cloning new spots on the repeating pattern to get rid of them a little bit. Just to clean them up just slightly, because just for the sake of this video. Because this is a basic retouching video, and these are basic things that I learned how to do. Alright, that's a little bit better. Not horrible, not great, but not, whatever. Oh yeah, pulled back, it's not great at all. This area is bugging me, but we're going to leave it for now. We're going to make a new layer. This is a blank layer. We're going to turn it from normal to soft light. We're going to hit B for brush, and right now I already have my colors selected. So by colors, I mean his highlight and darkening. So if you hold down Alt, we'll get a little eyedropper tool, and we're going to pull his highlight. And then we're going to switch, and we're going to go inside the nose, and we're going to get his contour. And then we are going to just snatch Luke's face up here a little bit. We're going to turn the opacity back down to, say, 6. I work in between 5 and 10%. And we are just going to really bring Luke's features forward. Luke has really nice cheekbones, okay? Unlike me. We're going to snatch the nose a little bit. We're going to hit X, and we're going to highlight. And that highlight color will really bring out the under eye. We're going to highlight the brow bone. I was about to say the eyebrow bone. I need to get my brows done. Can help me? Alrighty. Don't tell me to go to bed, watch. I'll do what I want. And then that's kind of like a basic retouching video. Good job. Before and after. Before, after. Before, after. Not bad. Could I have done better? Yeah, but hey, this is basic, super quick. And then we're gonna right click on the background, flatten, and you're done. Alrighty guys, just let me know what questions you have and what you want me to do next. Bye!